Welcome to our pre-show for Activate Live. We're about a minute away, and this is a special edition of Activate Live from Hollywood, Maryland. We're going to be talking about the William W. Winpisinger Education and Technology Center. So hi there. I'm sitting with about 90 people who are here in Hollywood, Maryland at our training center. And we have so much to tell you. In about a minute, we'll start officially. That's our live studio audience that you're seeing right there. Everybody wave over there to that camera. See, we have 3 classes here. These are all of the students. Some of them are taking Leadership 1, some of them are taking Communicators, Basic Communicators, and others are in Young Worker Strategy Program. So it is 7 o'clock. Let's get started.
Activate your voice! Activate it now! Live from Maryland, this is Activate Live!
Welcome to a special edition of Activate Live. I'm Tanya Hutchins, a communications representative at the Machinists Union, and we are coming to you live from the William W. Winpisinger Education and Technology Center in Hollywood, Maryland. Now, this is where thousands of Machinists Union members train. Now, we are going to talk to the director of the center and a few students. 3 classes are going on right now: Leadership 1, IAM Young Worker Strategy Program, and Basic Communicators. They are all in our studio audience, and they'll be commenting during the show about their classes, and you can even talk to them directly and ask them questions. So we are going to explain everything that you wanted to know about the William W. Winpisinger Education and Technology Center and the training that takes place here. Now, we are also going to have a contest to give away a couple of shirts like the one I'm wearing right here. One will go to a studio audience member and another to a Facebook viewer at home. So just write the word shirt in Facebook comments if you're watching us on Facebook in the next 10 minutes. So it will be timed. You have 10 minutes to write the word shirt, and we will draw the winners at the end of the show. So we'll do that right before the show ends. The best place to start, though, to talk about the Winpisinger Center is with the director, Chris Wagoner, who is joining us now. Thanks for being here, Chris.
Thanks very much, Tanya. Really.
Now, this center is named after William W. Winpisinger. His name is kind of hard to say, so
Yep.
a lot of people know him as Wimpy for short. There's
Yep.
even a book about him. Tell us how this place came to be.
So William Winpisinger was our international president during the 1980s. And during that period of time, he believed that it was necessary that we provide the membership with the kind of education that would prepare them for a changing world. He recognized that the world was changing in a very fast-paced sort of way, and that the kind of education that we had provided in the past was no longer adequate. He was really a visionary. He thought about what the future should look like and the role that workers should play in it. And he believed that education was critical to us being able to claim our future.
Now, we have some pictures of him on the screen now. There's Wimpy right there. He has such a great reputation. He really was a change maker and a visionary, wasn't he?
He was. He was certainly the only person I've ever met that I would describe as a visionary. He was remarkably profane. He could turn a phrase that would make you turn bright red. He was a very proud veteran. And he was committed to working people and making sure that working people had a fair chance to have a decent standard of living. He wanted work to pay and thought that work should have dignity associated with it. And that's what he fought for his entire life. He was committed to this union and to making our country, our 2 countries, better for working people.
So tell us a little bit about how many students come through here and how many classes you offer.
So typically in a year, we have anywhere between 2,500 and 3,500 members come to programs here at the Winpisinger Center. We operate 46 weeks out of the year. We're down a couple weeks at the end of the year and over some of the holidays. But other than that, typically we're in operation. Most of our programs are a week in length. They typically start, participants arrive Saturday evening, programs start on Sunday and conclude on Friday.
And what are some of the types of classes that are offered?
So this week and next week is really very indicative of the type of programs that we offer here at the Winpisinger Center. So this week we have a Leadership 1 program for members who are taking on bigger roles in their local and learning the basic skills that will allow them to effectively represent and grow the membership. We also have a basic communicators class. One of the things that Wimpy believed in deeply was that we need to have members that were informed and educated. And given the work of our communications department and ensuring that our members are informed, so the basic communicators class. We've also have this week the Young Worker Strategy Program, and that's so much about what our future is about in the labor movement, and making sure that there are young people as they come into this organization have the skills and the tools that they need to take on greater leadership roles and to really grow this union. You know, last Saturday was our 130th anniversary.
That's right.
And our union was built by struggle and sacrifice. It was also built because we had an informed and educated membership. And the Winpisinger Center plays a role in helping people develop, to have the skills necessary, so that 130 years from now, we'll be having a similar celebration.
Now, you touched upon this a little bit, but why is it so important to make sure that all of our members learn best practices when it comes to being a trade unionist?
So the world is changing so very rapidly. If we look at the politics that are occurring in our country right now, we see what's going on with issues regarding trade. We see the impact of technology. There's just so many issues that impinge upon the work that we do as trade unionists. And as a consequence, people need to have new skills, skills that allow them to meet the challenges that they confront today. Again, it's just the rate of change at which we're seeing in our world requires new skills.
Now, I understand this is the only facility of its kind. Is that true?
It is. Other labor organizations do offer education, but none have a residential education facility that allows them to have this kind of ongoing education with a fixed curriculum. We offer over 50 different programs here. The majority of those have college credits associated with them. So members can leverage that for those members who would like to earn a college degree.
And what do you personally hope that each student leaves with at the end of the week?
So really, there's two things. One is I want members to take away practical skills, things that when they return home, either to their workplace or to the local, or if they're involved in an organizing campaign, that they can immediately put to use. But I think equally important is a sense of understanding of what our movement is all about, and that real sense of passion and energy. The work that our members that are gathered here do is really tough. It's difficult. It's demanding. And it takes a toll. And to have the opportunity to be with people who share that commitment to making people's lives better can really energize the batteries. And that's what I want for every member that comes here.
And this is where our bus is usually parked. We're showing that right now, which travels all over the country. It picks up our members and brings them to the school from the airport. We had also seen some exterior photos. This building originally wasn't this large, was it?
No, so the original facility was purchased in the late 1970s. The dorm was established and built in the early 1980s. And then the delegates to the convention in 1996 recognized that we needed to grow the facility. There was such a commitment to education and the desire to make it more broadly available to the membership. The delegates to the Grand Lodge Convention directed that we expand the facility. So essentially we doubled the facility so that we can make education more broadly available to the membership.
And we have classes that are coming up in July.
Yes.
And I understand that you have to register for them now. What are some of those classes and how do you go about registering?
So we have a number of leadership programs that are coming up in July and August. Our leadership programs are offered in English, Spanish, and French. Again, there's a real commitment to ensuring that all of our members have access to education. We also have a number of organizing programs. Our Executive Council has adopted a new model as it relates to organizing, recognizing that growth is central to our future and the capacity to have power and make lives better for working people. So we have a number of organizing programs as well. Leadership programs simply require the support of your local, but every member in good standing is welcome to come to the Winpisinger Center. Again, there's a process that occurs in their local lodge whereby they're nominated and have the opportunity to attend programs here.
Okay. Anything else that we have forgotten that you would like people to know about the Winpisinger Center?
Above all else, what I hope for every person that comes here is that they take back and put to use what they learned for the benefit of the membership. This facility is not necessarily about the people that are here, but it's about all of our members. And really this is about service to the membership and our responsibility and obligation to take back and to put to use what we learned for the benefit of the membership.
Well, thank you so much, Chris. And we have a picture of the website here, and if I remember it correctly, it's winpisinger.iamaw.org.
It is.
And there's lots of information on the website. You have your calendar on there.
All the classes are listed.
Course descriptions.
Absolutely.
Great. Well, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate
Thank you.
Well, you too can join the conversation. Let us know what you think about the Winpisinger Center, if you've been here before, and what classes you took, what you got out of those classes, and what information that you took back to your local. Our studio audience members right here in the theater are commenting about what their classes are like, and you can ask them questions. Ask them anything you want, and hopefully someone in this audience will answer you. I'm going to check my feed here on Facebook and just refresh it so that I can see what's going on as well. So while I refresh my screen, I'm just going to take a look at it. And don't forget, you can also reply on Twitter. We appreciate all the retweets, but if you'd like to talk to us, just hit the reply button and let us know what you think. You can like, you can comment, you can share on Facebook or Twitter. We're also streaming live on YouTube, and there is a live chat function if you would like to talk to us that way. Well, members come here from all over the United States and Canada. And one of the things that students do is show support for other members who may be locked out or on strike. Well, they did just that this week for members on strike at 3 locations of United Launch Alliance by standing together in union on the steps of the center with a sign. And we've already heard from our members in the Southern and Western Territories, there's the picture right there on the screen, about how much they appreciate this solidarity. And the students here do this all the time. You know, they show their solidarity. There's the sign right there, I am strong at ULA. So we are all I am strong. We are all with you in the Southern Territory and the Western Territory if you are on strike with United Launch Alliance. Well, we're speaking with several students tonight. And first up, we have Henry Dungan, right?
Yes.
I got it right. I was trying to memorize everybody's names. Henry, thanks for being here.
No problem.
Tell us where you're from and what you do.
I am from Las Vegas, Nevada. I work with a company called M1 Sports Services. We do aircraft backshop maintenance for the United States Air Force. And I am a machinist and a welder.
What type of aircraft are you working on?
We work 5 different airframes for the U.S. Air Force. We work A-10s, F-15s, F-16s, F-22s, and F-35s.
How did you first hear about the Winpisinger Center?
Through our local, I'd heard some other guys had been here and enjoyed it and had a good time. And then I became a trustee and a shop steward, and they asked me if I wanted to go, and I said absolutely.
Now, what made you say absolutely?
I want to get more involved. I wanted to learn more. I wanted to learn more about becoming a steward and the labor movement itself. So that's why I came.
So tell me which class you're in and what have you been learning this week?
I was in Leadership 1 this week. And, you know, we've learned all kinds of stuff. The most important thing for me for this week is to go back and get more involved in the community and educate people on the labor movement itself.
We have a picture up on the screen of Leadership 1. That's a pretty big class. So many people there. You took this photo this week.
Yep.
And I'm guessing you've met people from all over the country?
Yes.
And, yeah.
Absolutely. Met people from, you know, California, Canada, New York, Florida, everywhere.
What is it like being here with all of your brothers and sisters from not only the United States but Canada as well?
It's fun. It's interesting. It's interesting to learn about Canada and some of the different rules they have as far as, labor goes up there, and some of the struggles they're having, and they learn about the struggles that we're having, and it's been a blast. I absolutely suggest that everybody get the chance and come here and take advantage of it.
So when you go back to your local, what are you going to tell your fellow members?
The same thing. You need to go up there. You need to take advantage of this opportunity. It's the only one, and to get more involved.
Great. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you being here. So we are coming to you live from Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. We are also having people comment with this live studio audience that we have here in Hollywood, Maryland. So we are about an hour south of the Washington, D.C. area, and we have people in the audience who are willing to read your comments. You can talk to them if you've ever been to the Winpisinger Center before. You can also talk to them and ask them questions about classes that they're taking. So we're hoping that you comment on Facebook. We have a contest going where we're giving away a shirt at the end of the show. So that contest, I think the time is now up. So we have all the names that we need for the contest, and we'll be putting all those names into a bowl or a hat or something, and we'll choose that at the end of the show, so keep watching. So we're talking to students here at the Winpisinger Center that are in our studio audience, and we have Paul Hicks from a Canadian local, 2323, that's District 140, right?
That is District 140, indeed, Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
All right, so what made... So what made you want to come here and take a class?
I think it was actually suggested to me by my local lodge president, Dave Flowers. He's been here multiple times, highly recommended it to me. I'm part of the executive board as a trustee, and as well a very active shop steward. And he basically felt this would be very valuable for me in learning the different policies, procedures, things like that. So here I am. The members decided I should come, so here I am.
So which class are you taking, and what have you learned this week that has really stood out to you the most?
I am currently, just finished actually, Leadership 1, and it was fantastic, by the way, fantastic. I think the thing that stood out the most was the political action and how the membership, whether it's in the United States or Canada, has to be more politically involved. We've got to make, whether it's our parliament or your Congress people, hear about the labor movement and respect the labor needs, or the labor movement's needs.
So what will you take back and tell your fellow members?
Basically, again, I'm really big on political action, especially after this week in Leadership 1. So we're going to be emailing our MPs and MPPs in Parliament about labor issues. We're really fighting, they're attacking our defined benefit pension plans right now. Airport privatization. So those are our two big things we're fighting right now. So the more word we can get out, they're currently on hold right now, but we need to eliminate them.
So you are really not only taking information back, you're going to go back and
take action.
Put it into action. That will be wonderful.
That's the plan.
All right. Is there anything else that you want your fellow Canadians to know about this place?
Just that it's a fantastic place to learn. I really appreciate. I wondered how much Canadian content would actually be here, and it was fantastic. There's all kinds of Canadian content. All the instructors here were very well versed in Canadian laws, as things are very different. Highly recommend it to any Canadian.
What do you think of the fact that leadership is offered in French?
I think that's fantastic. I have many fellow workers that are French Canadian, so I think it's fantastic to offer bilingual French.
Great. Thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So next up, and you be sure to comment, like, and share. If you're watching us on Facebook, write in the comments whether you've been to the Winpisinger Center in Hollywood, Maryland. Tell us what course you took. If you haven't been, You can ask a question on there about any class you like. And hopefully, we'll try to get to all the comments as we can. I'm still refreshing my screen. And that is, the beauty of technology. You never know what's going to happen. So I'm going to switch computers with my boss, Bob Wood. I'm going to hand it to, there he goes. We just switched. Okay, so now I can see all of the comments. Yay! So before we get to our next guest, I'm actually going to go through here and see. We have Local Lodge 1351, Seattle Local 1351. Gives a big shout out to all our brothers and sisters. Anybody in here from 1351? That's okay. We're going to get them down here, aren't we? All right. We have Naomi De La Cruz, James Powell. He's taken Leadership 1 and 2 so far. We have Kimberly Hamilton Alarcon. She says, I love this. This is great that you're doing it live. Who else do we have here? Oh, James Powell entered into that shirt, so we'll have to see if you win, James. Chris Bradybaugh, very knowledgeable. Yay, Julie Taylor Fritchen joined. Hey, Julie. Let's see. Jose Mil Hernandez says this training at the center will open your eyes. Let's see who else. Quentin, hey there. Laura Chasmar says this would be great for steward training also. Kimberly says hello to everybody in Local Lodge 2228. James Holmes is happy about all the Canada boys in the house. And I'm going to tell you right now that I have been coughing for the entire day. So I have some tea right next to me. So every time you hear my voice kind of crack, I'm going to take a sip. So if anything happens, I have some standby people who are willing to jump in here. They claim they're going to do it. So we'll see. Hopefully they won't have to do that. And I should take a sip right now, right? I've been lucky so far. Vanessa Atkinson saying, A Canada, is that how you say it? A? Everybody, A. James Holmes is saying, spread the word about Activate Live. Jimmy Mitchell likes Leadership 1 this July. He's going to take it this July, so we will welcome Jimmy Mitchell. Vanessa Atkinson is saying the W3 is so informative. I would suggest anyone who has a chance to come. It's the only place like this. You will really take home what you have learned. Rachel Schonecker is shouting out to the Basic Communicators class. John Lindbo is saying W3 is awesome. He's taken Contract Prep, Leaderships 1 through 4, Communications, ESC Labor Studies. Great classes with great people. So we really thank all of you for all of these comments, and I will personally go back through them and read them as well. Avery's joining us from, oh my gosh, I am from the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, and I can't remember if it was Groton, Connecticut, or Groton, Connecticut. I should know this, but some people say Groton, some say Groton. So if I messed it up, Avery, I'm so sorry. I'm going down the list here. Yeah, we're getting some great comments. So thanks so much. Danny Brown's taken Young Workers, Organizing 1, and Hazardous Material Training at W3 as well. So keep the comments coming. I'm going to try to keep checking them. So we appreciate it. And next up, we have a young machinist, Ray Hughes from our Southern Territory. So Ray is going to tell us about the Young Worker Strategy Program. Thank you so much for being here. What is it? Well, first tell us where you're from and what you do.
I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I'm an ASM at Cessna. We build private jets.
That's excellent. So how long have you been there?
2 years.
2 years, all right. So I'm not going to say you're a newbie because 2 years, you're pretty in there now. You know what you're doing. What made you want to come here and take a class at the Winpisinger Center?
Well, I really didn't know much about the union, so I was kind of like selected, not knowing I was selected. So once I got here, I was okay with it, yes.
That's great. What has this week been like for you?
Well, it's been amazing, actually. I learned a lot about the union. I learned how important the union is and its history, and I just want to become active in the union.
That's great, because you're our next generation. So one day you all will be completely running the country. So we're looking forward to seeing everything that you put into action. What are you going to tell people back home when you get back to your local and your district and you may meet a young machinist who's never been here before. What will you tell them about the Young Worker Strategy Program?
I would tell them that it's a good program and that it's worth it, that they should go out and try to get active in the union, and that it's very important to know its history, because at my shop you don't think about the union like that. You don't know what they all achieved. You don't know things like that.
Great. Thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to mention to your fellow union members back home who have never been here before?
Just join the union and stay active.
All right. Thank you so much, Ray. Great job. Thank you so much to everybody who has joined us. We have a class picture up there of all our young machinists in the Young Worker Strategy Program who have been here all week. So we're glad to have so many people come. And we're glad about all of the young people who are active in our union and really taking part in putting everything into action. No matter what age you are, we have great union members here and trade unionists. So you too can join the conversation. Are you a young machinist? Have you taken the Young Worker Strategy Program? Let us know and help us to spread the word about what's going on here. You can reply on Twitter if that's where you're watching us. We have live chat going on YouTube. And also on Facebook, you can make a comment in the comment section and tell us anything. What do you think about what you've heard so far, what your fellow union brothers and sisters have talked about so far? We have people from the general public who are watching. We also have people from other unions that watch Activate Live. So we'd like to welcome you all as well, and all of our replay viewers, because a lot of people end up watching this later on or the next day. So thank you for joining the conversation. Next, we have a NEFI member from the National Federation of Federal Employees. We have Ken Robinson with us. How are you doing?
Doing well.
Great. So Ken, tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you do.
I am from local 1953, located Barksdale Air Force Base, Louisiana. I work for the Defense Commissary Agency as a meat cutter, and they sent me down here to take this class.
Now, which class are you taking?
I took the basic communicator class.
Now, I was in there, so I kind of know a little bit about what you were learning. But what are some of the things that you covered this week?
One thing we covered was like Facebook, how to use Facebook as a tool to let members know what's going on with our local. And I really like that because it's not just taking a poster and sticking it on a wall anymore. There's so many outlets that can be used.
What are you going to take back home with you to tell other fellow union members that may have never been here before?
I'm going to take back the skills that I learned here. By the way, our instructors, John and Andy, great instructors. I'm going to take back the skills that they taught us to help our members organize better and get more members into our union.
How much of a difference does it make? Because you mentioned Andy Hounshell and John Carr. They are doing the things that you're learning. So how much of a difference does it make to actually be learning from people who are doing exactly, have the experience doing communication?
Well, it's great because they're taking the time. If you have a question, they're helping you with that question. We have younger people that were in a class which really impressed me, and I learned from them as well. It was really impressive having a 22-year-old girl sitting next to me, and I'm 54, and listening to the ideas that they have, because that's what's going to be the future of our union, our younger people.
Excellent. All right. Is there anything that you would like to tell any of the non-union members who are watching tonight? Because we have workers who watch this show also who may not know a lot about unions, and they're just watching this to learn about unions. Can you tell us a little bit about how you joined the union and just what you want non-union members to know?
I joined the union at Fort Carson, Colorado, where I worked before I transferred to Barksdale. And I got involved with the union there because supervisors need to be informed of what union members are, the rights of the workers, and to be treated fairly with dignity. Our pensions are going to be different than some other unions because we are NEFI and not with the civilian community. But it's all about the respect And that's the biggest part, is the respect and job security we have.
Is there anything that you would like people to know about the Winpisinger Center?
This place is incredible. From the time that they picked us up on the bus, you felt like you were in a family, you were relaxed. Everybody here, from the cafeteria staff, the wait staff, the housekeeping, are all incredible. They go out of their way to help you, to make you feel at home and part of the family.
Would you like to come back, take more classes?
I will be back here to take more classes.
Excellent.
And by the way, we learned one thing that John was teaching us about clip art. So I want everybody to look at our Facebook pages and learn something about some clip art. Our communicators will know what I'm talking about. So.
All righty.
All right.
Thanks so much for being here.
Yes, ma'am.
I appreciate it. You want to give a shout out to anybody back home?
Our local, our new president, her name is Wanda Reynolds. Wanda, I'm going to come back and help you get this union back up.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
If you would like to take a class at the Winpisinger Center, check out the website. It is winpisinger.iamaw.org. That's winpisinger.iamaw.org. It's win, PISINGER.iamaw.org to take a look at the calendar. And remember, you have to sign up for classes now for classes in July. Now it's time to give away the shirts that we promised for our contest. And if you're watching on Facebook, we will get your shirt size and shipping address via direct message. So that's how we will communicate with you. Our communications director, Bob Wood, is bringing up the names, and he has them in a bowl right here. So we are going to pick our winners. Okay, are we going to start with the in-studio winner first?
This is for the in-studio audience.
Shake, 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 right? All right, a little bit more shaky. Is Edmundo still here? Edmundo, can you come give it a little shake, shake? I'm going to introduce Edmundo a little bit. I don't want to think like it's an inside job or something. You know, a little shake, shake, shake. All right, thank you. Stay close. Henry Montoya, Leadership 1. Montoya. Come on up, come on up.
Come on up.
Come around this way, though. I just want to let Henry come up. And Henry was not expecting this, okay? But we got two mics between us. Come right between us, Henry.
Okay.
And just loudly, if you can, just squat down a little bit. But where are you from, and what do you do?
I'm from Palmdale, California, local 727P, District 725. I work in defense for Lockheed. I work on F-22s, JSFs, and U-2s.
All right. Thanks so
Great.
much.
Great to be here.
Thanks. All right, we'll get it to you, okay? I think Henry did a great job.
Okay, this is for the people who typed in shirt in the comments.
Okay. Wait, come back. I'm gonna let him mix it up. Edmundo's gonna mix it up too. Bob mixed a little bit. Okay, so here we go. These are the comments, right? I'm gonna close
Yep,
my
and I
eyes.
hand wrote these, so you
Okay.
may not be able to read it.
Mike Mason.
Yep, Mike Mason.
Mike Mason, congratulations. Mike Mason. All right, so Mike, we are going to send you a direct message, and then you can let us know what your shirt size is and what your shipping address is, and then we will send you your shirt.
Your Activate Live live polo shirt, not a T-shirt, it's a polo shirt.
Yeah, congratulations. All right. We still love T-shirts too. So before you leave, we
got
just
my
want
gut
to
in the
give you
shot.
a reminder to check your mailboxes, your real mailboxes, because the IAM Journal is on its way with great union stories, links to videos, and information that you need to know to be a good machinist union member. And I have Edmundo sitting next to me, but before we get to him, I'd like to thank everyone from the William W. Winpisinger Education and Technology Center for hosting us for this special edition of Activate Live. We want you to be sure to join us Wednesday for another special edition of Activate Live. It's going to be called Activate Latino with Education Representative Edmundo Osorio, who will do his second show entirely in Spanish. So we want to spread the word to all of our Spanish-speaking union members. That's Wednesday, May 16th, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific for Activate Latino. So real quick before we go, just tell me, Edmundo, and I'll let you decide whether you want to do it in English or Spanish, like what can we expect Wednesday?
Bueno, hermana Tania, muchas gracias. Y hermanos y hermanas, les saluda Edmundo Osorio aquí del Centro Winpisinger desde Hollywood, Maryland, con la Unión de Maquinistas, invitándolos a que nos acompañen el próximo miércoles a las 3 de la tarde, 16 de mayo, aquí en esta plataforma de Facebook, Twitter y YouTube. Hablaremos sobre varios temas importantes para el hombre trabajador, el latino, y queremos despertar este gigante de latino que tenemos dentro de nuestra unión para que todos, por favor, actívate latino, sí se puede. ¡Woo!
¡Se puede! Thank you so much.
Thank you, sister.
I caught like every fifth word. I'm working on it, okay?
All right, sister.
I need to come back to my conversational Spanish
right.
class, but we look forward to it so much.
We're very excited about it as well. So we'll have special guests, and we'll talk to the Spanish Leadership 2 group that'll be here next week, and we'll have special guests. So.
And they'll be in the audience, right?
And maybe I can wrangle some of those polo shirts and give some away. Oh.
You never know.
Gracias, hermana.
Thank you.
Hermanos.
I'll say de nada, right?
De nada. Yes. Muchas gracias.
Well, if you like what you've seen and heard, please share this video. We appreciate everyone that has joined us. So thank you for everyone here at the Winpisinger Education and Technology Center in Hollywood, Maryland. Thank you, and we'll talk to you later.